Yo, I'm mad emotional right now because it's like I'm not used to. I'm not used to people being nice to me. I'm not used to people being nice to me. I'm not even used to people being nice. But it's like these past couple years, yo, has been is my is my grounding stick. Yeah, this my grounding stick. But anyway, yo, I'm feeling kind of emotional right now because it's like I'm not used to people being kind to me, man. It's like when it happens, it catches me off guard because I'm so used to expecting. It got to a point where I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? I know, and I'm glad I could be honest with y'all at this size of my YouTube because when my YouTube gets to 1,000 subscribers or I get to like 8,000 subscribers and I finally get to monetize my YouTube, I might not have time to do the hey y'all, let me break down some shit that happened in my life that made me emotionally scarred and that brought me to a point where I now I used to look for the beauty in everything, and I used to talk about how I look for the good and I look for this and I look for that, but it's like people aren't gonna allow me to be happy. Just like the last live that I did, y'all saw my cousin come in the comments talking mad shit, right? And after all the stuff I had to go through with my sister, I didn't know how many people were literally trying to destroy me, trying to ruin my life and actively doing it. Like they were actively ruining my life because, I was in a situation where I'm still waiting on my visa. I'm still waiting on immigration to, give me my call. And shout out to everybody that's getting their visa and stuff like that because I know it takes a long time. And even if I just want to think about my situation and my journey, I understand that if I gotta wait this long, imagine the people that just now getting their stuff, how long they had to wait before they're even able to say, yo, I finally got my stuff. I can go open up a bank account and finally start saving $5 a week or $5 a month or however much. And then that's gonna be doing that for a whole year. And then they could start up and get their LLC. And then they could start up and buy a fucking lawnmower. They already got a truck. So you just need a lawnmower and a weed eater. And there's so many people that you could charge $20 to cut their grass, $30 to cut their grass, right? You charge them whatever, and they'll tip you $20 tip because you didn't charge them $100 to cut, you know, a half an acre or a piece of acre of land, right? And it's those type of things that I've been preaching and I've been talking about online because I'm not able to live my life as chasing the American dream or this, that, and the third, but I seen it in Trinidad watching TV and movies. I seen it in my friends and my cousins around the area wearing Jordans and getting PlayStation and Nintendo 64s and bikes and shit like that. Right? I didn't get my bike until I was 10 years old. And I wished on a star 9 years old the day before, looking up at the as dark as it is right now outside. I'm sitting right in my grandmother's in my grandmother's gallery, hand on the rail, on the banister, looking up to the stars, thinking about my mother, thinking about life, thinking about how I want to be rich. I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to be able to take care of my grandmother, have so much food. How's your journey? It's going. When is the transition? I transitioned in 2024. That's when I started living by myself. I started living alone with the support of my father, right? And if that didn't happen, my sister's wife could have shot me, could have unalived me in their house because she she was drinking a lot, right? And at that time, I stopped telling them about my business. I stopped communicating with them what I got going on. So for some reason, they just started trying to, amplify all the issues and shit that was going on. But I don't even want to talk about that, right? I transitioned 2 years ago. And since then, I've been, hey, the journey's been journeying, man. Did you cut your, did you cut your penis already? See? That's why I don't be reading the comments, because I don't know if people will be in the comments really trying to fuck with me, or if they're in the comments just trying to fuck with me. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I don't care. Y'all do what y'all do. I'm just here. I'm grateful for the good people. I'm feeling emotional because, it's like when you like somebody, you don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to be humiliated, right? Like I remember before this girl graduated in high school, I told myself I was gonna go up to her and talk to her. Man, when I went up to this girl and talked to her, I lost all like my throat chakra shut down. I started shaking in my legs. I was so fucking nervous. I've never in my life been nervous to talk to a female until that day. And then I went up to her and I spoke to her. I tried to tell her whatever I tried to tell her. Boy, she laughed. Her and her friends laughed. She turned and walked away. That was the most embarrassing moment of my life. Well, one of them. One of them. My father beat me in front of the whole school. So ain't nothing else that could happen in my life that'll be more embarrassing than getting your ass whooped after school by your father in front of your friends, your family, and your auntie, and your teachers, and the girls that you might like in the school. So it's like, woo, every stage of my life, shit's been happening. I felt like my life is like a whole humiliation ritual, right? And throughout the whole time that I'm being humiliated, I'm being shitted on, I'm being talked about, I'm being everything under the fucking sun and the moon, man. Especially the stars. I'm going through it, right? And I'm just staying strong. I'm just staying strong. Cause it's like, I'm not gonna let that shit kill me. And I've been made a pact with God that I'm never gonna kill myself. God gonna have to take this life away from me. I didn't put this shit in here. You feel me? So even when I was kicked out, homeless, sleeping on my big homie's couch on the floor, right? I didn't I didn't think about taking my life. Even when I cast God out my heart, I was like, you gonna take this fucking life. And if I get up tomorrow, nigga, I'm God. And I got up the next day. And guess what I did? I went and I fucking got after it. A couple of days later, I started working with the the next fucking stage of my life that was gonna be the next event or the next adventure that ended up being me getting locked up in Princeton, New Jersey. Yeah, you hear the name, Princeton, right? You know about Princeton College? Tell me if you know any niggas that's going in there. Nobody, right? So I'm in Princeton, New Jersey, in a cottage, getting fucking locked up because drunk motherfucker lose his mom, come with an ugly botch looking bitch. Both of them drunk, messing with me. And I'm like, yo, it's like it catches you off guard. This shit discombobulates the shit out of you, because when you're a righteous person and you're good, shit happens in your life, you're going to feel like you're being bullied. You're going to feel like you're being abused. You're going to feel like, yo, like you're going to feel like, why is this shit happening? Right? And when you feel like, why is this shit happening? That's when you know that that's the shit that you can't control, and that's the stuff that pushes you to your best version of yourself. Because a lot of people crash out at that moment, right? Me, it, the same shit happened. Like when I lost my grandmother, I shut the fuck down. I just shut down. I shut down like a machine that they shut off, and they wasn't gonna go back to that shit. Like the Cold War is over, all the motherfucking bases shut down. You go into that shit today, you see thick ass cobwebs. That's how I am. I shut the fuck down. I don't, because it's like I can't process if it's not something that I expect or it's not something that's part of the plan. It's like whoop, I didn't plan for that to happen, so it's not part of the process. If the process don't continue going, when you throw a fucking wrench in the motherfucker, right? If you riding your bike and somebody stick a stick in the back wheel, you're not gonna keep going forward. If somebody stick a stick in the front wheel, you're gonna flip forward and hurt yourself. So that's what happened. So when you riding your bike, you could be riding down Dead Man's Hill, and somebody put a stick right in the front wheel, and you think you're gonna just stop and it's gonna be cool? Fuck no, you didn't plan for that stick to just ride into your motherfucking front wheel and you flip the fuck over. You flip over, you going down Dead Man's Hill at least 40 miles an hour. A stick just fly through your front wheel. You gonna get thrown off that fucking bike at 45 miles an hour. You're gonna hit the ground at 50 miles an hour and you're gonna bounce off that motherfucker. and then when you done falling, you're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit there, you're gonna look at the hill like, what the fuck I do to you? You're gonna look at the hill like, what the fuck I do to you? Right? You're gonna cuss the bike out. You're gonna throw the bike like you piece of shit. You're gonna look at your knee gonna be fucked up. You're gonna look at your elbows, you're gonna have white man on you're gonna see the white meat. You're gonna see the white meat on your knee, you're gonna see the white meat on your elbow, you're gonna be like, God damn. And you ain't had no arm, you ain't had no elbow pads. Your mama, your auntie, your daddy probably told you, I told you 5 times, put your helmet on, didn't I? They probably sitting there, watch the whole thing happen. And they laughing. They waiting to see if you broke bones or if you good. And then when they see you getting up, they laughing because they said, I told that stupid motherfucker put the damn helmet on. Right? The whole time they laughing, right? They could have sent some positive energy your way and probably would have never happened. But because they they're preing something bad happening, right? So they're looking for something bad to happen. I felt like I had a dream, right? And I was with somebody that kept worrying about the police. And I think we were smoking or something. And then I felt like they worrying about the police. Because you know when somebody worrying, they be looking around. And I'd be like, yo, you thinking about the police? Yeah. Man, don't think about that shit. Don't even put that shit in your mind. Because as soon as you start thinking about that, you're going to find, you're going to, like, you're going to find what you're looking for. You putting all that worry in your mind. Stop thinking about that shit. And I felt like that was in one of my dreams, right? Because I was in bed for a minute, right? And that was one of my dreams. Like whenever you have somebody that's scared around you, like I told my friend all the time, Darius, every time he got pulled over, he was thinking about police. He was thinking about getting pulled over by police. He might have saw a cop, whatever. I don't be thinking about that shit. I be thinking about where we're about to go, how we gonna be when we get there, how it's gonna be when we get there, what kind of energy we're gonna be in. I'm not thinking about what other people worrying about. Like I'm not thinking about what can go wrong, right? Because I have a father and I have a sister. The sister kept worrying. The sister never did anything because she always scared something was gonna go wrong. Down to when we went to the beach, we was little kids going to the beach, little children going to the beach. My sister was playing the sand on the shoreline. The water would come and barely touch her feet because she's so scared of the water. Me and my cousins, we out there like a mile away, swimming and shit, doing backflips, jumping off each other's shoulder, like Aquaman, right? So it's like when you don't think about fear, you don't think about drowning, you don't think about none of that stuff. Rest in peace to my 2 baby cousins, that passed away in Maracas Bay. I just finished writing a song and I was talking about that, how that happened, right? Don't go swimming down Maracas Bay. I lost 2 cousins, rest in peace till this day. But when you're not thinking about negative things, those negative things don't happen. Somebody else that you're close to thinking about those negative things, if your will and your and your and your determination isn't stronger than their fear, if your will to succeed and your will to win is not stronger than the fear of loss, you will lose. And I'm not reading no more comments. Matter of fact, that comment that made me lose my train of thought, that comment that made me lose my train of thought, well, delete it. Anyway, I'm feeling emotional because I'm not used to kindness, especially when I don't know if somebody, fucking with me or not. But when you take the risk or you take the leap and you just jump, you don't even expect to be caught. You actually expect to fall flat on your face, but you're not worrying about falling flat on your face. You just know I got some gauze, I got some I got some new skin, that little thing in that brown bottle that we hated as children. When you get a cut, they want to put that new skin on your thing and it burn. Ooh, nah. But I got some new skin, so if I fall flat on my face, I'm gonna just clean myself up and dust off and go again. Not gonna stop, right? But you're not thinking about falling flat on your face. You're thinking, I'm not expecting to get what I want. I'm expecting to not get what I want. Might fall flat on my face, but if I do fall flat on my face, I know I did that shit. I know if I fail at what I'm doing that I love, I know I did that shit. So I can't go and then my heart gets weighed on the scale and then that shit just drop flat on the floor and the fucking feather go flying in the air. Nah, the feather gonna go boom, and my heart gonna be like, because every single day, even if I get on here and I'm not even feeling up to 100%, I still got on live a few hours ago and I was talking about how spirituality has been hijacked, right? Because if they just finished the Salem trials maybe 50 years ago, why would they now make it okay for you to come out here and practice spirituality? Just like if they just now legalized the good herb, why would they now let you come out here and then do it for free without any type of temperament or any type of them being the hand that's inside the cookie jar that you're now trying to put your hand in? So they got their hand in the cookie jar already. So now you putting your hand in the cookie jar and they like, I got you, motherfucker. Yeah. Right. So be careful with the good herb. Be careful with spirituality, right? Just like before we were practicing spirituality and the missionaries came, you close your eyes, you open your eyes, you had the Bible, now they had spirituality. The same thing is happening again. 2020, we went through another reconstruction. Spirituality has been hijacked. It is now the revolution they are selling to you. I even put this in my song. They sold you a revolution and you bought it. Everybody's buying the revolution. Everybody's buying their future. How can you buy something that's already yours? Through manipulation and fear. They make you feel like, yo, let me tell y'all this. 200 years is a baby. But then I go on the other hand and I start telling y'all, listen, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to do it now. If you don't do it now, it's never going to happen. But wait, you just said 200 years old is a baby. So if I take my time and I just cultivate what I'm doing, I ain't trying to rush this shit, right? All these spiritualists is online telling you, you're going to do this, you're going to be this is going to happen, that is going to happen. I'm talking to this person, I'm talking to that person. They're talking to them phones. They are not talking to you. They are allowed to play on your anxiety and on your fear. They are not allowed to go against any propaganda that's going on in the world. That's why they come here. And when I put my shorts and I post my videos, they know what I'm talking about. So they can take and they can pick out all of the the the, the good things, and then they're going to use those good things that I said, like the spirituality being hijacked. You're going to hear about that in the next 3 days. Spiritual hijacking. You're going to hear about spirituality being infiltrated in the next few days, right? And I promise you, I promise you, it's going to be exactly those words: spiritual hijacking, going against the propaganda of the old world and the new earth. They're going to talk about the new earth versus the old world. Everything that I've been telling y'all, everything that I've been getting y'all ready for 2027 heaven. I want my people to be prepared for the bullshit that's going to be happening. I don't want y'all to get caught up in thinking anything negative. I don't want y'all to get caught up in feeling anything negative. I don't want y'all to get caught up in whatever they're about to start showing you on the news starting next month. The next year starts next month. Whatever you see on TV from next month, I need you to be separated from it. Spiritually separated from it. Don't even try to get physically attached to it. Just be separated from it, period. Don't listen to the propaganda. Continue following your heart. Don't listen to what they're telling you to slow down, to stay indoors, to be little, right? To be anxious, to be fearful, right? To chase, to chase, to chase. I need my people to be living and existing in peace. Living and existing like Uguay, not Uguay, the cat one, the little short one. Whatever. Inner peace. I need y'all to focus on inner peace. I need y'all to focus on, you know, being emotional. Be a little emotional. Let some tears fall because of something that you love or something that you didn't expect to happen, right? Like today, I didn't expect that to happen, but it happened, right? I didn't expect to. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that for my heart. But I want y'all to continue moving forward. Don't give in to anxiety. If you're feeling anxious about something, do some push-ups. If you're feeling anxious about something, do some sit-ups. If you're feeling anxious about something, get an axe, go in the backyard and start chopping at one of them trees. If you start feeling anxious, that's the thing that you can't control. Those are the things that they're going to continue to play on. You can't control your anxiety. You can't control somebody making noise and you thinking that that is going to be, that's something that's going to happen to you. You can't control somebody screaming or having an argument and you putting in your head, because you're an empath, you trying to figure out what's going on or what's wrong or if you did something. Don't think like that. I want y'all to think like you're good, you're great, and you're getting better. You're good, you're great, and you're getting better. You're good, you're great, and you're getting better. Don't fall for anything other than that. If they're not using those three words, any other word they use is to play on your anxiety and to play on your 2027 heaven mindset. They want to play on your heaven. We are already here. So we can't let 2027 be we going back down and we going all the way back down there. No, we not. We staying up here. We're going to use these tools, but we're staying up here because this has to be protected at all times. If y'all seen Rick and Morty, the little bug that Rick put in Morty's ear, that's a parasite that eats away at his empathy. And when the bug is done eating his empathy, the world is destroyed. But he's like the vessel that was used for the destruction of everything that was around him. He even lost his arm, right? When Rick was like, Morty, your arm, Morty, your arm. He didn't think that Rick was yelling at him and cussing at him, right? But when he took the thing out of his ear, he could barely take the damn parasite out of his ear because the parasite was the size of this freaking room, right? So when that happened, the parasite jumped into Rick's head, right? But Rick is like us. We're up here already, right? I seen the episode yesterday when that shit went into Rick's head. That motherfucker said, "Whoa!" That shit was hilarious. And then he got up. It was hilarious. But at the end of the episode, right? What he did, he drank some alkaline water that he had made from his copper distillery, right? Everything that he used was carbon, right? Copper. And then he drank that water, sat on that thing. The parasite ran the fuck out of his ear and died right next to him. And what he said, no hard feelings. No hard feelings. That's how we're going to be moving. No hard feelings. Because we're going to be able to destroy every parasite. We're going to be able to destroy every negative thought. We're going to be able to destroy every evil insect, every evil insectoid, every evil anything. What up, Jacob? Any evil anything. We're going to be able to drink some motherfucking distilled water or some alkaline water from a copper or carbon distillery, and all them parasites going to just be leaking out of us, and we just going to look at them like no hard feelings because they going to be unalive. Ain't gonna be no more parasites inside of our mind because we already here in heaven. And this is this right here, you gotta guard this with your life. You gotta guard this with your everything. I don't care if you gotta put AirPods in and have nothing on. You gotta guard this with your life. You can't let anybody in there because they're gonna put one of them parasites in there. And what it's gonna do is gonna latch onto the back of your neck, right? Right at the base of your brain, and it's going to eat away at your empathy, and you're not going to be able to feel anything. You're going to be stuck in a sunken place. It's going to be worse than being in a sunken place because you're going to experience everything. Just like Maury losing his arm and everybody cussing him out. Like at the end of the episode, he trying to talk to the teacher and be like, she's like, what are you talking about? This is a death threat. Look at the back of the note. Right? But he thinks he's doing something good. They will make you think that everything is going on like it's supposed to around you. But when the masks fall off, you're going to see destruction everywhere. You're going to look around like, what the fuck? You're going to look around like, what the fuck? Excuse my French, but we in France. So we can use the F-bomb and the what WTF and WTH. But yeah, this was a very emotional live for me. It's a very emotional live. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all that I have. I'm grateful for y'all and all that y'all have because I know that y'all gonna use what y'all have and get better and get more. I know that y'all are gonna be able to overcome and enter 2027 heaven starting next month. It's gonna be 2027. So don't think of Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Think of those as itinerary plans. How can I put it? Think of it as just part of the itinerary for the old world. I'm not saying we're not going to celebrate whatever we want to celebrate. Celebrate whatever you want to celebrate. Don't partake in the propaganda. See yourself in 2027 heaven. Don't partake in anything old. Don't partake in the old celebration. Don't partake in anything that makes you feel like it's pulling on your heart. Don't partake in those things. If it's pulling on your heart, get away from it. If it feels like it's pushing you, like you feeling like this, if you feeling like your chest is going like that, it's good. If you feel like your chest is going like this, it's not good. That is the best way that I could put that spiritual feeling into a physical body, into a 3D explanation. If you feel like your heart is going out of your chest like this, it's a good thing. But if you feel like it's getting shrunk and you can barely talk and you can barely breathe, obviously it's a bad thing, right? So we're not going to be ignoring our feelings anymore. You're not going to be ignoring your emotions. You're not going to be ignoring all the things that is internally inside of you. Guidance is internal, right? Takeoff is in T minus. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Guidance is internal. 5, 4, 3. All systems go. 2, 1. Lift off, baby.